I guess this is the new intro since YouTube is fucking retarded. This is an intro.
This is an intro. This is an intro.
That was a good video. I like that. The gameplay was goated. Yeah, I would say so too. I mean, I thought it was really good. I mean, I think most people thought that, honestly. I feel like a lot of people did. So I was glad to see it. The Mimic Boss too. Well, I mean, a lot of stuff was good with the game, right? It wasn't just one thing. Expedition 33 has better gameplay than Baldur's Gate 3 by a mile. Well, yeah, because they focus mainly on gameplay. I think that's what makes the most sense, doesn't it? There's the video right there. I actually like Hypnotic's videos a lot. I mean, I've watched a lot of them myself. And, you know, make sure to give him a sub and everything like that. He has, how many does he have? 107,000 subscriberinos. Wow. And
holy shit.
All right. Shout out to everybody. Welcome to another episode of Hypnocast. That's right. We are live, boys. We are live. We're going to dive down the rabbit hole that is known as the internet. Before we do that, bring it in. Come on, let's go. Hurry up. Bring it in. No, seriously, come on, hurry up. What are we doing? Why are we taking so long? I don't get it. The hug should be the fastest thing. It should be a 1, 2, 3 thing. It should be almost immediate. You guys should be hugging before we even start. Sincerely. No dicks from Old Man Cat. That's the only thing that's not allowed. That's the only thing. All right, listen very closely, goddammit. If you are watching on YouTube, like the stream. Do it. If you are watching on Rumble, like the stream. If you are watching on Twitter, like the post. And if you are watching anywhere else right now, you too are going to get completely hacked like Smash JT. So like the stream. Don't let it happen to you. Can I get a mic check, please? Mic check, titty check, balls check. What are we checking? What are we checking today, ladies and gentlemen? We got a lot we got to go over, man. So many things happening. I honestly, like, this whole Elder Scrolls 6 story is kind of ridiculous to me. I can't wait to get into it. I can't wait to get it. The amount of cope surrounding Elder Scrolls 6 from the people that are making it is just hilarious to me. I don't know. I think it's crazy. But what else are we checking? What are we checking today, boys? Aspen the Gold's gonna sue check? Dude, I saw that video. Oh my God, bro. That's insane. We might actually check that out today. I feel like checking that out today. It's a very interesting story. What else are we checking? Hypnotic must rescue Smash JT. I can't rescue that man. That man is unrescuable. Randomness check. Elder Cope check. Sub Grifter check. What's up, man? Bacon Cheeseburger check. That sounds really good. Who are the writers at Games Workshop Crack Addicts check? Nice. Make Iran free check. Nightwave check. Backgrabber check. Hypno's gonna get that G-Wagon. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. TeamKill Media false copyright claim. Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about that too today. I forgot to put that in the title. Whoops. That's okay. 16 times the detail check. TeamKill Media sucks check. Raccoon check. Fake Cat Meows check. Homemade burger at that check. Nice. Nice. Very nice. Hypno Wagon check. Dinner check. Don't touch me check. Fentanyl business check. I think I'll come back in 5 minutes when the checks are gone. Check. Oh, man. It's amazing how people, they want to watch, but they don't want to be part of the community, man. It's crazy. It's insane. All right, guys, listen, our ESG scores are at their maximum. We are fully funded. Like the stream. Let's do the Picket Army roll call. Let's see who is in this chat right now. Aside from former Kotaku Eurydice, Black Samurais that unfortunately did exist at one point, but no longer do. And people that apparently fall for the most simplest hacks ever. I don't even want to call it a hack at this point. You basically gave the account away. I don't know. It's insane. We'll talk about it. Who's in here, man? We got Mr. Melancholy, Time-Bound Howler. We got Sonia Lisette. Sonia emojis in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Sonia emojis in the chat. We got Hanny, DJ Conic over on Rumble. Vlad Tepesh. We got Philip Flip. We got Gray Soul over on Rumble. We got Omega Man 13. We got Tanya Raven. Black Tailgate. Setsuda Shadow. Blue Octopus. He's screaming at the top of her lungs. We got Limitless Andre. 17 Crash Gaming. 2K GameCuber. We got Tim Grove. What's up, man? Creepier07. Ali Kusanagi. Dragon. Nick Havoc. Bolski. Colonel Ruv. Marius. We got Yamato85, who is its birthday today. Everybody, throw in the cake emojis right now and wish Yamato85 a happy birthday. Shout out to Yamato85. Happy birthday. Cake emojis in the chat. Let's make it happen, boys. Cake emojis in the fucking chat. What else we got? The King Joker. What's up, dude? Romanizer24. Commander Sonok. What's going on, man? We got Dr. Spike. We got Radio Chimp. We got Grimlock. Spectral Heartless. We got Old Man Cad. We got Ron DFK, which, by the way, Old Man Cad has got Old Man Cad emojis because you guys unlocked it. So make sure to utilize the Old Man Cad emojis, which are actually pretty fucking hilarious in my opinion. He looks like the ultimate old man gooner. I love the Old Man Cad emojis. Let me see if I can bring it up. Hold on. We got the Old Man Cad emojis. Look at this. God damn it. Why did you do that? There you go.
Holy shit.
Oh, man. It's so good. It's so good, man. Shout out to Old Man Cad. And shout out to Mr. Rouge, man. Mr. Rouge unlocked the Old Man Cad emoji with everybody yesterday. So shout out to you guys. That was fun. That was funny. We also have, by the way, the Steam doesn't matter emojis. The Steam doesn't matter emojis are also live. I will bring that up so that you guys can see it. I put in a hold on. There we go. I made the Steam logo into like an actual animated emoji. And then I gave it like tears. And then at the top it says Steam doesn't matter. So now anytime we have people coping about Steam and how the numbers don't matter, we now have an emoji for it. So let's make sure we utilize that so that they all are aware that Steam doesn't matter. I mean, it does, but you know what I'm saying. All right, let's continue. We got Ron DFK. We got Hans 9311. Have you seen the Amazon Fallout countdown? I have seen it. I really don't care too much for it until we actually have some information. And then we'll kind of go from there. But I have seen the countdown, yes. We got, who else is here? Nick Havoc, Tanya Raven. We got Spectral Heartless, Bolski, Dragon. We got Django 1. We got Archangelus, Zombie Hunter. We got, who else is here? Joel Jimenez, Zalosi, Bolski, Marius. Who else? Let me scroll down. Valkyrie. What's up, Valkyrie? Endekai. What's going on? Trust Your Instincts. Air Razor X over on Rumble. We got Felsteph, Chaotic Holy. This is Sparta 9000. We got Sanaken. We got Beautiful Zexel, Fighter 4, Pay It Forward. Who else is here, man? We got Akin Donuts. We got Limitless Andre, 2K GameCuber. And we got Radio Chimp. All right, 4 more people, boys. 4 more people. Then we got to get on with the show. 4 more people. Come on. We got King fucking Demon Wing. Throw in the King Demon Wing emojis in the chat right now on YouTube and Rumble. We got Dart Dimos. Shout out to Dart Dimos. How you doing, man? We got Omega Man 13. I already called that one, but it doesn't matter. You get called again. We got Sirloins. We got, let me scroll down. We got, I want to get some new names, man. Everybody's spamming. That's the problem. It's hard to pick them out. We got Too Cool Curry. We got, let me scroll down. Shinphil, what's up, man? And we got Denarier over on Rumble. Mr. Rouge says priceless. Nice job, Mr. Rouge. Nice job. And Jason Alator. And we'll go with, who's going to be the last one? We'll go with, damn, so much spam. Speedy Cake. We'll go with Speedy Cake. Gotta love YouTube not notifying me about the stream even after refreshing the homepage. Yep. Speaking of, you know what? I might as well just get into that. Hold on. Fuck it. Since we're already here, let's get into that. So if you guys didn't see my video today, I have not seen a level of suppression like this in ages. Okay. Ages. Normally my videos get about 15 to, let's say, 40,000 views, right? It's kind of around there. And usually within the first 6 hours, it's going to get the majority of those views, probably around 8 to 10,000, with another 8 to 10,000 overnight, right? That's usually how it works. My Fortnite video must have pissed off someone. It must have pissed off somebody at YouTube, because I have never seen anything like this, okay? This video has been out for about 6 hours, and it is currently at 1,700 views. Look at the bar. Every time it tries to go, they're like, nope. You see those little bumps? That's the video. That's the video trying to go, and they're like, nope, nope. Trending topic, right? Everybody's talking about this with the child gambling on YouTube, and they're just like, nope, not happening. Absolutely felted in every way. I still somehow gained 2 subscribers, which is kind of crazy, to be honest with you. But you're talking about how grimy these companies are. What do you expect? I do that all the time, though. I talk about what these companies do, what they do good, what they do bad, and everything. I do it all the time. None of my videos have ever gotten suppressed like this. This shit is crazy. They're like, nope, not happening. Absolutely not happening. You can see my average. You can see my average, right? 25 to 30,000, give or take, on average. That's because I haven't been uploading videos very much. But this shit, they're like, nope, not happening. So, and it sucks because I put a lot of effort into that video. I actually made sure that it was going to be shorter than my normal videos. And they were like, nope, not happening. So, yeah, if you missed that video, if you weren't notified about the video or the stream, it's probably because of the video. That video and how felted it made me is probably affecting this stream. So that's probably why you weren't notified. Is basically what I'm saying. All right, who are we going to give the final money shot to, ladies and gentlemen? Who are we going to give the master? Who is it going to be? Let's go. Let's figure it out. We got, let me scroll up. 17 Crash Gaming saying booty hole denied by emojis. To go down by 3, today's Buddy Shot is brought to you by your low self-esteem and willingness to swallow. That sounded really personal. What the fuck? 1, 2, 3. Oh, Limitless Entree, Bootylicious Protection. That was gay. That was gay. Clone Dick Extension. That's really gay. Clone Dick Extension. With the power to the Wizard of the Gooning, snipe Yamato or go down by 9. 9 is a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Holy shit.
Sonya has been a mod for a long time. And you would think, after being a mod for such a long time, you would think that she would be aware to protect her booty hole even when she's modding. But apparently that's not the case. Look at that. Now she's screaming in the chat right now. That's not our fault. You know how this goes. You know the rules, Sonya. Oh my God. Congratulations to Sonia. You are the recipient of the money shot today.
What the?
Like the stream. Sonia emojis in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Sonia emojis in the chat. All right, man, listen. We got a lot that we got to go over today, okay? Some of the main topics that we're going to be discussing is apparently this new article about Elder Scrolls 6. Now, I found this one to be pretty interesting because this is them, or one of the people who used to work on the Elder Scrolls 6. He's a former Bethesda lead. He is basically coming out in this interview or this comment that he made and is saying that the reason why the studio had to announce the Elder Scrolls 6 early was so that they could stop getting so much fucking hate for the multiple projects that they were failing on, and also because of Starfield. Which I find to be pretty funny because we all know that they announced that game way too early, and now we know the truth as to why they announced that game early. Or at least this guy's truth. We don't really know if this is, legit or not, but I could kind of see that being a thing considering they haven't done a fucking thing with this game for many years. But we're going to talk about it. We're going to go over his comments and see what he had to say. We're also going to talk about how, again, guys, I've been warning you that in 2026, this is going to be the year where all of these studios from all different aspects, Hollywood, gaming, tabletop, like we're going to talk about right now, everything, they're all going to be coming out and they're going to be making their virtue signal. They're going to be making their move. Are they for it or are they against it? And they're going to draw the line in the sand. And now we have Games Workshop that apparently is doing exactly that. Games Workshop has come out, or at least some of their senior managers have come out and stated that they actually prohibit the use of AI. They don't like what AI is doing. And apparently they don't like the fact that AI is even in their phones and their laptops. So they acknowledge that they use it every day. And they basically don't like the fact that they have to use it even though they don't want to use it. Something along those lines. So we're going to talk about that virtue signal against AI from Games Workshop, because that's interesting. We're also going to talk about a couple of comments from Divinity where they're talking about the diversity of the companions. And I feel like this is something that's being pushed by the journalists. I feel like it's being misrepresented to be this whole like diversity is so important nonsense. Because let's be real. Anybody who's played a Larian video game knows that there's all kinds of fucking companions, okay? If you want diversity, you'll have a bear, you'll have an elf, you'll have everything you could possibly want. So, but that still doesn't stop the gaming media from taking comments from Divinity or from Larian and trying to spit it into their, see, they know how important diversity is. It's whatever. Anyway, we're going to talk about that. And we got some fast topics to go over. Obviously, Smash JT getting hacked is one of them. We're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about TeamKill Media, false copyright striking both Atreus and Jay Viper, and then coming out with some bullshit excuse as to why they did it. So we'll talk about that as well. January 13th is the beginning of layoffs in the gaming industry, and Ubisoft has announced its second round of layoffs for 2026 at both Massive Entertainment and Ubisoft Stockholm. Guys, there's so much to talk about. It's insane. So before we get into it, boys, we got to get into the number one segment on YouTube, the number one segment on Rumble, the number one segment all around the galaxy. This segment is no other than the pre-stream legend.
Money, print money, cash, money, wealth, capitalism, raise a bunch of money, more money, heaps and heaps of money, money, print money, cash, money, wealth, capitalism, raise a bunch of money, super chat money.
As salty as the sea, calling us no code names. SJW screaming, but it's money they blame. Burning with envy, they're falling flat. They can't handle the sound of a super chat.
All right. We got ourselves the pre-stream legends, ladies and gentlemen, where if we get lucky today, we will be able to hit 537 tier 1s in a row and 228 tier 2s in a row, ladies and gentlemen. So let's see what is possible. Let's see what's possible. First up, we had a banger right at the beginning of the stream where the real Lurker Supreme for the $100.83 Red Boy Hype.
Here we go! Mucha lucha, mucha lucha. It's the way of life. Mucha lucha.
He says, Psy Games Workshop, they are beyond frustrating, but the same as all the other companies we used to love. Keep up the good work, still holding at 83%. Hashtag for fuck's sakes, cancel Disney Plus. And hashtag fuck Robert De Niro. Warhammer Girls. That's a beautiful thing. It would be ironic that we are obviously talking about Games Workshop, and then the first clip of the stream is Warhammer Girls, because of course it is. It makes sense.
All right, boys, we have another Red Boy Hyper Banger. Let's bring the ladies in.
Shout out to the Lurker Supreme. Thank you so much for the $100.83 Red Boy Hyperbanger. The first one of the stream, 1 out of 5. That's a crazy thing, man. And then he followed it up with a membership train, a 20 membership Hyperbanger.
Let's fucking go! It's a membership banger!
And considering that is the first one of the stream, you already know what that means. You know, I think Kiryu should be the next emoji. I think Kiryu should be the next emoji. I don't know. You guys let me know in the chat what you're thinking. I think it should be, though. Mr. Melancholy with a 2. Remember, it just works. Todd, 16 times the detail. Howard. Everything Todd Howard says is bullshit. I keep saying that. Everything Todd Howard says is literally bushlaka. I don't even know if that's a word. I just made it up. It's bullshit. And we all know that. Gray Soul with a Tim. Damn, didn't know Yoriichi was a challenger last night. I would have split my vote, even if it wouldn't have counted. 2 of my Mount Rushmore waifus. I hope the next one is in Storm or Urza Scarlet. You never know. But I appreciate that. Thank you, Gray Soul. We got Sirloins for 6 months. We talking about oh, shit. Team Comitia and their fraudulent copyright strikes today. Yes, we are. Team Comitia is fucking crazy, bro. Ron DFK for 10 months says Steam Deck keyboard with the dual pads is freaking cool. Nephew added me as fam and have access to his games. That's awesome, dude. Shout out, man. You know, I never actually utilized any of that, like the family features inside of Steam, because to be honest with you, I never trusted anybody with my Steam account. I mean, I could have gave it to a friend or someone, but again, still, I just rather not. But that's awesome. That's cool. Mr. Melancholy with a 5. What happened to your video? Might be similar to what happened to Shoe on Head's video on Wiz. It was suppressed and VTubers got struck for reacting. I would not be surprised. Again, I haven't seen suppression. I mean, we talk about suppression all the time. It's something we deal with all the time. But truth be told, it took me like 3 hours to edit that video. And for 3 hours, I got 1,700 views on a video that I would normally get 20 to 30,000 views on. I think that there is clearly something fucked about that. and it makes me want to go back to just making fast videos. Because if I go back to making fast videos, that means I'll have all the time in the world to do extra gaming streams, which is something that I want to do, but that I'm currently not doing because I'm trying to put extra effort into my videos. So it's just like, it's a constant, what the fuck do I do? You know, I never know. But anyway, I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much for the 5. We got Hans with the smiling face, money face emoji, super sticker. Thank you, Hans. I appreciate that, man. And then we got Ali Kusanagi with the 1 membership. Thank you, Ali Kusanagi, for continuing the membership train. I appreciate that. Alucard with a 2. Where's that new hypnotic iced coffee I ordered? I don't know where you ordered it from, but it wasn't me. I have no idea. Demon Carol with a 2. Who is worse, Todd Howard or Peter Molyneux? Is that how you say his name, Molyneux? That's tough. I really don't like Todd Howard. I just really don't. Maybe that's bias. But Todd Howard is like, Todd Howard is what I imagine almost every full of shit game developer looks like and acts like. Where they sniff their own farts, they believe everything that they say. Like they truly think that they're doing something grand and amazing when really it's like, bro, you're so full of it. It's not even funny. But that's just me anyway. All right, let's go over to Rumble. We got Rumble Dr. Spike dropping memberships on Rumble. 5 membership bangers. Shout out to Dr.
Let's fucking go! It's a membership banger!
Shout out to Dr. Spike holding it down on Rumble with the memberships. Trying to get memberships over there. I also put the 2 new emojis in Rumble too. So you have Old Man Cat over there and you have the Steam numbers don't matter. Anytime I add a new emoji, I immediately add it to Rumble because I don't want there to be any gap like there was last year. I just immediately want to put it over there. So shout out to you guys. Dr. Spike emojis in the chat, boys, whether you're on YouTube or Rumble. Appreciate that. And then we got Dr. Spike with $1 for Hinata trolling the fuck out of me. Absolute troll. I appreciate that. And then Teacher Conic with $1. So much happening this year and it hasn't even been 2 weeks. You know what it is? January is so dead usually on stories. So everybody's fighting to make their own stories. At least that's how it seems anyway. So it's really gay. I gotta be honest with you. Teacher Conic with $1. Oh, it's just a repeat. That's weird. I repeated it twice. All right, that works. And Marius for 14 months. Peter Molyneux is planning to release a new God game. Do I trust him though? No. Probably a good idea. I wouldn't trust him either. All right, boys, we are fully caught up. Shout out to all you guys. We got I don't know how far we are from tier 1, but you know, like I said, if we get lucky, we'll get 537 tier 1 and 228 tier 2. We shall make it happen. All right. Let's get into, we'll cover 2 fast topics. We'll cover 2 fast topics first, and then we'll get indie games, and then we'll cover some more topics. How does that sound? Let's go with this one first. So, if you guys are not aware, Atreus got copyright struck. Okay, which I'm honestly I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised in the slightest. So, Atreus got copyright struck by TeamKill Media, and it's so I don't know if anybody's aware, but like, so this kind of validates, in my opinion, what happened to Dreamcast guy. Because when it happened to Dreamcast guy, everybody was like, oh, you know, Dreamcast guy tends to lie, so just take the information with a grain of salt. We don't know if it's true, whatever. I gotta imagine that it was absolutely true, because now it happened to Atreus. So Atreus made a video where he was commentating on Code Violet. He utilized clips from their trailers like everybody else does. We know this is a targeted attack because, number one, they essentially admitted to it, which we're going to go over in a second. And number two, even if they didn't admit to it, the truth is that they're only copyright striking negative videos. They're not copyright striking positive videos. See, the thing is, if you put out a copyright strike, if you upload a certain clip to YouTube where you tell YouTube you want any video that features this clip to take it down, and they will take it down, regardless of whether or not it's positive or negative. This is how you end up getting copyright struck for utilizing certain music, for example, because you'll have music labels that will upload these songs to YouTube, and they will make it so that the AI, if it detects any of it, will auto flag it and copyright strike it. Same thing could happen with certain video clips. That's not what happened here. TeamKill Media did not upload their YouTube trailer and say they want auto takedowns. What it is that they manually struck both channels to take it down, right? And by both channels, I mean there's another channel that got struck, but we're going to talk about Atreus first. So he says, so I'm about to lay it down for the night, where I just happened to get an email from Team YouTube saying that the clowns over at TeamKill Media copyright claimed my video and got it taken down. Let's see how far you're willing to take this, because I intend to fight it. Now, Atreus, as you guys are aware, Atreus is ratchet as fuck, right? Atreus is ratchet as fuck. He loves fighting. So that's probably the one person I would not do this with, because he's going to go all the way to the end. But you can clearly see here, they copyright claimed the entire video. So they're trying to say that his commentary, the audio that was used, the gameplay clips, the transitions, the GIFs that he used in the videos as well to showcase reactions, everything in that video is their copyright. That is what he's saying. That is what they're saying. By claiming the entire video, that is what they're saying. So immediately they're in a very bad position, because there's no way they can prove this. There's no way that they're actually going to win whatsoever. This is a false use of the copyright system. Now, this is something they've done before, where they copyright struck Dreamcast guy because he gave their game Quantum Era a really bad review that they didn't like. So they falsely copyright struck him to silence him, and they're doing it with Atreus as well. Now, Atreus updated this, where he said, he's also got a video out on it, by the way. I'm not going to react to it because I want him to get all the views, but definitely go check it out. He says, I don't think this is the right update. This is the one where they said disregard this. So hold on. Let me go. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so here's the update. It says, please disregard our initial decision for this counter notification. Thank you for your counter notification. It has now been forwarded to the claimant that submitted the copyright removal request, and the associated penalties on your channel may be cleared. Now that the counter notification has been sent to the claimant, they have 10 business days from this date to respond. And I've told you guys that this is how it works, okay? This is how it works for YouTube, and this is how I got rid of my false copyright strikes twice, by the way. Because I had people try to do this to me, and I got my lawyer involved, and it was gone within like 3 days. So, again, but anyway, after 10 business days, if we don't get a response from the claimant, your content will be reinstated on YouTube. Keep in mind, the counter notification is a legal request. As a result, YouTube must process the counter notification in accordance with the law. This process can take some time, so we kindly ask for your patience during the process, right? So what this is that anytime you get a copyright takedown like this, if you counterclaim the claim, what that does is it forces the person who made the claim to then, within 10 business days, prove to YouTube that they are actually going to sue you. That means that they have to come up with legal paperwork and submit it to YouTube, showing that you're going to be going to court for this. If they do not do that, then YouTube will automatically reinstate your video and remove the copyright strike within 10 days. So the ball is now in their court. I don't know if TeamKill Media knew that, but the ball is in their court. So now, essentially, in order for them to keep their copyright strike, they have to essentially sue Atreus. That's basically what it is. They have to sue Atreus over copyright infringement. Otherwise, that's it. It's going to get removed no matter what. So now we're in the countdown phase. We're in the 10-day countdown phase to see what happens here. So we're not going to know anything for quite a while, because those are 10 business days. Now, here's the amazing thing about this. TeamKill Media was trying to pretend as if they didn't see any of this, right? You had TeamKill Media that was responding to all the positive feedback about their video game, which isn't much, by the way, but anyway. But they were purposely ignoring people like Kada and everybody that was posting about this situation. Now, the crazy thing is, TeamKill Media finally did respond. But before we go over their response, we're going to go over somebody else who was copyright struck, and that is Jay Viper. So Jay Viper also got flagged but he got flagged in a different way. I think it's because TeamKill Media probably realized that what happened with Atreus and how you can basically get counterclaimed. TeamKill flagged Jay Viper's video as well. He says, TeamKill Media has flagged me for copyright. There is zero copyright in this video. Zero, literally none. This is another outrageous overreach by the company after they already went after Atreus. Team YouTube review this immediately. Now, if you look here, he actually had one of his streams claimed. And the funny thing is, his stream was members only. So that means that unless TeamKill Media is actually a member of Jay Viper's channel, then they don't know what was in the stream content. I highly doubt they were watching when it was live. I highly doubt it. And if they were, that is hilarious. I wouldn't be surprised. But the truth is that they probably weren't. That means that they have no idea what was in this content, and they decided to strike it anyway, just because their name was in the title as something negative, right? If you look at the screenshot here, the title of the stream was actually ICE is under attack. Venezuela military was scared. Code Violet shovelware. So just because Jay Viper called their video game shovelware, that was enough for them to want to strike the channel, which is hilarious, by the way. Because otherwise, how did you know what was in the content, right? So here's what they did. With Jay Viper, they didn't actually copyright strike him in the way that they did Atreus. What they did was they copyright striked him in a lighter way. They copyright struck him in a way that it gives him 7 days to decide whether or not he wants to keep the video up and receive the strike, or remove the video and get no strikes. So they're essentially holding a gun to his head, hypothetically speaking, and they're saying, take down your video or else, or take down your stream or else. That's what they're doing. How fucking crazy is that? How wild is that, right? So, doesn't Hypno get a few on his stream with all the membership trains that could happen? Wait, what are we talking about? They probably ain't members, but it would be fun. Oh, maybe. It could happen, but for you to be a member, you have to enable memberships. You don't just join like a channel and enable the memberships right away. So that means they would have to have purposely enabled memberships in the hopes to either get one or they bought one, which again, I just don't think they did. I don't think they would do that, because that would show malice, in my opinion. I mean, this already shows malice, but anyway, that's besides the point. So that's what they did to Jay Viper. I don't know if he's fighting this or anything like that, but I haven't seen any update whatsoever from him. I've only seen an update from, I guess, Atreus. Now, TeamKill Media has responded to this nonsense, okay? And we're going to go over that right now in 2 seconds. Let me just bring it up. TeamKill, Media. There you go. TeamKill Media, which I'm still not blocked by them. Ironically, I'm shocked that I'm not blocked by them. So they're trying to say, let me bring it up. They're trying to say that the reason why they copyright struck it, or at least that's how they're implying, is because of conspiracy theories. Yes, I'm not kidding, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not kidding. So you got a post here from TeamKill Media. Chermello says, TeamKill is currently copyright striking any bad reviews. Should tell everyone exactly what they need to know. This is their response. 2 to 3 individuals are creating false conspiracies about us. That has nothing to do with the opinion of a video game. Going to these lengths to fabricate lies based on out-of-date information, which can clearly be discovered in about 5 seconds of research, is a step too far. So here's the beautiful thing, ladies and gentlemen. This post right here, I've already saved it, and a lot of people have already saved it. This is admission that they falsely copyright struck the video, because they are now admitting that they took down the video due to anything other than copyright. They took down the video because they didn't like what the people were talking about regarding their supposed taxes and everything like that. So they openly admitted it right here for everybody to see. Multiple people have already screenshotted it and saved it. They're openly admitting that all of this is false. Literally all of it is false. And the only reason why they took it down is because they're angry over the conspiracies. It is not a false conspiracy to say that you didn't pay your taxes in one state, because that is what the legal public record says. Obviously, you guys filed in another state to open up your LLC and move it to another state, but that doesn't mean that what you did in the previous state doesn't exist. You know? So these people are just fucking retarded. And this is the most stupid thing I think this is the most stupid thing they could have ever said. Truthfully. Because this proves that this is not about the copyright in the video. This is not about them, you know, their trailer being used or anything. This is just malice. It's a malicious takedown. That's all it is. Where are the fabricated lies? I don't know. According to them, that's what it is. But again, it doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter. Like, if you think that people are making lies about you, well, then you go through other avenues to handle that. You do not use the copyright system as a means of being the judge, jury, and executioner against a content creator just because you didn't like what they had to say. That is a major problem. And this is why, you know, and again, I know these guys, like, they target people like fucking Atreus and Jay Viper because they think they're easy targets. That's really what it is. They target those channels because they think those channels can fight back. That's really what it's about. Like with me, I have a lawyer on hand at any given moment for any time some bullshit like this goes down. But not everybody is that lucky. Just to be fair. Now, Jay Viper, I think he's married to a Latina, so that's dangerous enough as it is. That's more dangerous than a lawyer. But Atreus, I don't know. He's black. They don't really like lawyers. I'm just kidding, Atreus. Don't kill me. But no, seriously, like a lot of people don't have the ability to fight back against this nonsense. And so these studios take advantage of that. They take advantage of that thinking that nothing's going to happen to them. Because look how they took advantage of Dreamcast guy. You know, look at what Naughty Dog did. Do you guys remember what Naughty Dog did? Remember when Naughty Dog was false copyright striking multiple channels? I'm pretty sure that they false copyright struck G&G. I'm almost positive it was G&G. They were false copyright striking everybody because of the shit that was going down with Naughty Dog and The Last of Us at the time. So it's all bullshit, man. These companies, they try to throw their dick around. And this doesn't happen that often anymore because companies know they're never going to win. But every once in a while, there's always that one company that's going to try, right? There's always that one company that's going to try, and TeamKill Media is that company. So that's what's going on with TeamKill Media right now, and Atreus and Jay Viper. So make sure to go support their channel, show them some love. I think Jay Viper might have just dropped a video talking about it, so make sure to give them all the views on that, and make sure to support Atreus' video as well. Look at this. These guys are so fucking fake. It's insane. It's literally insane. Anyway, let's cover another topic really quick, and then we're going to get into the indie games and then cover some more topics after that. So let's X this out. Let's talk about this. Guys, it's 2026, right? 2026. Do you remember? Well, first off, before we do that, before we talk about this, let me give you some context because there's more nonsense going on. So hold on. Where is it at? Let's scroll over here. Perfect. Okay. Ubisoft 2026. Ubisoft is the first victim. Why am I not surprised? So, as of today, Ubisoft is officially the first victim of gaming industry layoffs. The company that had the biggest selling game of 2025, Assassin's Creed Shadows, the #1 selling game in the galaxy. Every alien within the Milky Way galaxy has played Assassin's Creed Shadows. Yasuke is that popular. They sold that many copies. At least that's what they want you to believe anyway. January 13th has rolled around, and Ubisoft just announced its second round of layoffs for 2026 at Massive Entertainment and Ubisoft Stockholm. It looks like the go-away voluntary program announced in 25 didn't cut deep enough. So that's actually the funny thing. So they had announced that they were going to be giving voluntary layoffs. That's a new thing now. In the gaming industry, that's a new thing. They're like, we don't want to be seen as the bad guys firing all these wokies. So what we're going to do is we're going to give the wokies the opportunity to fire themselves. That's what we're going to do. And then we're going to look like the good guy because we'll give them a severance package and they'll get rid of themselves. Well, it seems like that didn't work out very much because they had to announce layoffs even with the voluntary career transition program at Ubisoft's massive studio that was announced in October of 2025, which apparently wasn't enough to get the job done. So now Ubisoft is going back to the old-fashioned way of doing things by simply firing these people. They said earlier today, we informed all employees in our Swedish studios, Massive Entertainment and Ubisoft Stockholm, about a proposed organizational restructure that may affect approximately 55 people across Malmo and Stockholm, Ubisoft told IGN. This restructure follows the completion of the voluntary leave program launched during the fall of 25, a finalized long-term roadmap and a completed staffing and appointment process, which together have provided clearer visibility into the structure and capacity required to support the two studios' work and sustainability over time. That is rough, boys. That is just rough times. A company that was so successful, a company that owned the chuds, a company that even ratioed grums. I mean, a company that did everything they possibly could to become the #1 gaming company in the history of the fucking planet in 2025. And yet, for some reason, they keep laying people off. For some reason, they keep closing studios down. For some reason, they keep firing people. Even with all this success, they just keep firing people. And this is not going to be the end of it. I'm telling you. By the end of 2026, Ubisoft will probably do a couple more rounds of layoffs, I got to imagine. They're trying to thin the herd as much as possible. Tanya Raven says Star Wars Outlaws just came out on Game Pass. Yeah, I saw that. I saw some people talking about that on Twitter. I think I saw David Jaffe's post, which I don't know why I keep seeing his posts when I don't interact with them. I never like them. I never read anything. I just hate seeing his fucking posts. But anyway, I believe he was saying something about the game being on Game Pass, and now people could try it without having to spend money because they didn't spend money because the grifting YouTubers told them not to. Whatever. It's just such fucking cope, bro. It's always cope about these goddamn games. But anyway, but yes, Star Wars Outlaws is now on Game Pass. You could block them. That's true. I could block them. I never actually thought about that. I don't know why I never thought about that. It's funny. I block other people that are annoying as shit. Anyway, so this is pretty. Actually, that's a good idea. I'm gonna fucking do that now in a minute. This is pretty much what's gonna be the future of Ubisoft for quite a while now. Now keep in mind, Massive Entertainment, based in Sweden, is the developer of The Division, as well as Star Wars Outlaws and Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. Now, Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora is a video game that is finding some success because of the movie now. We covered that the other day. Now, granted, the game was on sale for pretty cheap, but a bunch of people bought the game, and their concurrent player count on Steam dramatically increased because of the movie. But that didn't happen for Star Wars Outlaws. Actually, if we look at Star Wars Outlaws, let's take a look at the number and see if anything has gotten better. Because I saw Star Wars Outlaws on sale for like 80% off on Steam or something like that. So let's see. Did that help the game whatsoever? Let's find out. Let's go to maximum. Okay. Did it help out the game?
Holy shit.
Nope. Did not help the game out whatsoever. The cheapest this game has ever been is $20. So, 70% off. Sorry. Not 75% off, 70% off. I remember seeing it for 70% off at $20. And now they're charging $70 for this shit again. So, yeah, good luck with that. But no, 927 players right now, which, I mean, to be honest with you, like for a single player game, if this wasn't like a AAA game with the Star Wars IP, I would be like, whatever. You know what I mean? That's fine. But this is a AAA, supposedly quad A video game with the Star Wars IP attached to it, and you can't even break 1,000 concurrent players right now. You have 1,460 for 24 hours. Congratulations. It helped a little bit putting the game on sale, but not enough. Not enough. Yeah, that's right. Spam the Steam numbers don't matter emoji. I forgot we had that now. Steam numbers don't matter, boys. None of this matters. Remember when they said that? And they were like, Ubisoft is doing great. Steam numbers don't matter. The game came out originally on Ubisoft Plus. None of this matters. You guys are just hating on the game for no reason. Nothing's going to happen to this game. It's a success. They said it's a success, et cetera, et cetera. It just keeps going. Keeps going. Like the cope keeps going and going and going. Exactly. Same with Assassin's Creed Shadows. But at least that game had some numbers, you know? But this is just proof, bro. So let's go back really quick. So yeah, they are the ones who are behind Star Wars Outlaws, Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. And apparently Ubisoft Stockholm is currently working on an unannounced video game. Ubisoft said the long-term direction for both studios will not be impacted by the layoffs. This is actually the second round of layoffs at Ubisoft this year, which is a wild thing to say, only 2 weeks into the year. And the cuts come just a week after the closure of Ubisoft Halifax, which brings us to the second part of this story. So the reason why I wanted to cover that first is because now we have official news that the union that talked about suing Ubisoft has officially filed a legal complaint at Ubisoft over the closure of the recently unionized Halifax studio. If you guys don't remember the story, Ubisoft Halifax had just become unionized. It was like 61 out of 75 some odd employees that voted to unionize, and they had already agreed. They had solidified the union. Everything was set in place, and within a week or two, they closed down the entire fucking studio. And they're trying to claim that it's union busting, all that stuff. But, you know, whether it is or isn't, they're officially doing something about it. So CWA Canada, the union representing 61 out of the 71 employees who lost their job last week when Ubisoft Halifax was shut down, have officially filed a legal complaint. The complaint accuses Ubisoft of shutting down its Halifax studio to keep out the union. It's against the law to stop workers from joining a union in Canada, but the slap on the wrist employers often get is not enough to stop this. Canada President Carmel Smith said in a release statement, the penalty should reflect the reality of intentional corporate bullying. Ubisoft denied the closure was related to its employees, and they claimed that the closure had been in plans well before the staff unionized. The France-based company said the decision came as part of the company's 24-month process to streamline operations, improve efficiency, and reduce costs. So basically, they already said that you guys were on the chopping block. You just didn't know about it, which is kind of crazy when you think about it, because that means that Ubisoft knows exactly who is useless, who they're going to be getting rid of, and they're not telling anybody, and they're just letting them find out the hard way, which, I mean, it is what it is. Not the first time that has happened before in corporations, but they're like, yep, you guys are the ones that we already knew we were going to get rid of. We just didn't fucking tell you. And I'm sure they have proof of that. I'm sure Ubisoft has their ducks in a row, and I'm sure that this legal complaint is going to go nowhere. It's just a union trying to validate why you're paying them money. That's basically it. But I still think it's kind of insane and kind of funny, to be honest with you. Pay It Forward on Rumble says Ubisoft probably cooked on this. They probably did. They probably have. Listen, they probably looked at the studios. All the studios they've closed so far have been involved with some of their biggest failures, right? Star Wars Outlaws being one of them, and Skull and Bones being another one. A lot of their video games that are massive failures that have resulted in really bad efficiency, really bad operations, and obviously cost them a lot of money. If they're trying to reduce costs, chances are those are the studios that they're going to try to get rid of. It only makes sense, right? I feel like that only makes sense. So we're going to follow up on this thing, but apparently what they're looking for is that the lawyers have contacted Ubisoft to demand records and information related to the claim that the decision was done entirely out of financial necessity. The union is requesting that the labor law be updated to give labor boards like the Nova Scotia Labor Board the ability to force employers to reopen for a year. Bro, what the fuck? All right, you guys want way too much power, bro. These unions want to be able to force an employer to waste money for a year. Get out of here, bro. What the fuck? They also request that employers either help find other work for the impacted staff or pay laid off workers 3 years of salary. 3 years, bro. Get the fuck out of here with this shit. You got to be out of your goddamn mind. 3 years? 3 years. Who the fuck is going to want to pay these people 3 years? The only reason why they're saying for 3 years is because they're trying to essentially make it so difficult to fire these people that they eventually choose not to. That's really what it is. That's truthfully what it is. These like unions want to make it so difficult for companies to fire the employees they put all this bullshit like, oh, pay them 3 years salary. Nobody's going to want to do that. You might as well keep them around and make them work for 3 years. So that's why they do this. That's why they constantly put out these stupid fucking demands. Ubisoft took $12 million in taxpayer money from the government of Nova Scotia to nurture a generation of talent and to build the tech industry. Now it's walking away with so much, not so much as an apology. Ooh, that's kind of dirty. That's kind of dirty. So hold on. So they took basically probably DEI money. Let's be real, right? They probably took DEI money from the government to create this, like, you know, tech industry for Nova Scotia. And they just said, thanks for the money. We're out now. That's kind of fucking hilarious, really, when you think about it. But hey, that's why these governments are getting felted. All this money that's going to fraud right now, it's because this money is easy money, bro. They look at this money like, oh, you're going to give me money for doing something like this? Yeah, why not? Of course. Of course I'll take it. Why not? Yeah, fuck it. Give it to me. That's crazy, bro. Wow. So anyway, we'll follow up with this story. We'll see what's going on with this. We'll see if Ubisoft even responds. I'm sure they're going to. They're going to have to at some point, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with this. I find it to be really interesting. All right, let's catch up on Super Chats really quick. We got Dr. Spike, the absolute badass legend. What a purple boy over on Rumble for 23 random dollars. And he says that is tier.
Here we go! Mucha lucha, mucha lucha. It's the way of life. Mucha lucha.
Shout out to Dr. Spike, helping us complete tier 1 for the 537th stream in a row. Tier 2 is pretty much still up in the air for 228. Thank you, Dr. Spike. We also got some legends on YouTube. Let's cover that. Hold on. We got Torinol for a 2 on Rumble. So the union is claiming Ubisoft is financially healthy? Yes, basically. Basically, they want to keep Ubisoft. They want to force Ubisoft to open Halifax for a year or pay the employees 3 years of salary. That's what they want them to do. It's so stupid. It really is so stupid. Nobody's going to want to do any of those things. None of that's going to happen. Unions are the devil. I mean, I've made my opinions about unions pretty clear. I know some people in this chat like unions. Some people hate unions, and you're free to feel whatever you want to feel regarding them. Doesn't mean anything to me. But I've had the same consistent stance with them. I feel like most of them are just fucking rip-off artists that are trying to take your money and make you think that they're doing something for you when they're actually not 9 times out of 10. But yeah, it is what it is. Denarier with $1 says the voluntary program isn't about Ubisoft's image. It's because firing staff in Canada and the EU is extremely hard without cause, and apparently bankruptcy isn't considered good enough to clean house. That makes sense. See, I'm not Canadian, so I have no idea, but that makes a lot of sense. That explains the voluntary resignation thing. It's kind of like in Japan, where they don't like firing people. They just like making your life a living hell until you quit. That's basically what they do. That's why their layoffs are so minimal in Japan. It's very hard to get fired in Japan. Very rare to get fired in Japan. So that makes a lot of sense. We got, hold on. Let me scroll down. Alucard with a 5. This new year in 26, Hypnotic's Coffee proudly presents Hypnotic Ice Coffee with extra money shot foam. Better catch them now before Ice does. Man, you guys are really trying to make me open up a fucking coffee company. It's insane. But I'm not doing it. And Juna Main for 4 months. TeamKill Media is out of control. They really are. They really are. We got Jay Viper for 17 months of legendary status. Thanks for covering that, Hypno. Yup, new videos up. They don't want me sending my wife after them. Laughing my ass off. Yeah, no, I can imagine. I'd be more scared of an angry Latina versus a lawyer. But thank you, Jay Viper. Appreciate that, man. No worries. Kagami with an MX50. Josiah Rises from G&G lost his full channel forever back in the Naughty Dog BS takedowns. Current one was created after it. Oh, wow. I didn't even realize that. I wasn't watching Josiah at the time. Wow. So his original channel got taken down by Naughty Dog? That's fucking gay, bro. That is so Druckmann. That is so Druckmann. You know, like there are certain people that are in the industry that you could clearly see are so emotional that they would abuse their company to false copyright strike people. And Druckmann is absolutely one of them. You could see that from a mile away. That's why they call him Cuckman, because that's how he acts. We got Ron DFK with a 5. I went to Whole Foods, got me some donuts, bagels, Swiss cheese, and SpaghettiOs. Holy shit. This man said SpaghettiOs. That's crazy.
Holy shit.
That's insane. We got Retro Meister with a 10. Evening, dude. I've been saying since 22. Ubisoft was trying to remove Tom Clancy's name and legacy from the company with removing Clancy's name from X-Defiant and modernizing the Splinter Cell reboot. Oh, 100%. 100%. We already know, based off how they treated Splinter Cell, what their entire ideology was slowly becoming. And it's sad because Splinter Cell is one of my favorite franchises. I love Splinter Cell, at least some of the originals anyway. I talked about how one of the Splinter Cells multiplayer was one of my favorite multiplayers to play when I was younger. I fucking loved it. Where it was like spies versus terrorists or whatever the case may be. It was so sick. I really would love to see that kind of multiplayer make a comeback. But thank you, man. I appreciate that, Retro Meister. Angmar for 15 months. You sure you don't have a G-Wagon? I'm positive. I don't want a G-Wagon. I'm good. Did you put a fucking G-Wagon in your profile picture with me inside of it? You son of a bitch. You son. Oh my God.
Shit.
This motherfucker put me inside of a G-Wagon. That's crazy, bro. Angmar. Oh my God. That's crazy. I didn't even realize it until it was the profile picture was this motherfucker, man. God damn it. I swear. Angmar, thank you, bro. I appreciate it. 15 months, fucking bastard. All right, let's I can't believe he put me in a fucking G-Wagon. That's crazy, bro. Anyway, all right, let's get into let's look at some indie games. We'll look at some indie games and then we're gonna cover the rest of the topics. We still got quite a bit to talk about. We're making some good time. So here we go. Let's do the indie game showcase. And let's see what we got. I think I got some good ones today.
All right, folks, it's time for the Indie Game Showcase.
All right. So the first game up is called Wicked Seed. Pause, by the way. And I think you guys were talking about this yesterday. So I decided to check it out today and see what's going on with this. It's a survival horror video game called Wicked Seed. So let's see what... Oh, shit, hold on. Let's see what this is about. Wicked Seed.
My name is Ella Astor, and I'm a private investigator. It's been years since I've heard from my brother. Then last week, I got a letter from him. He asked me to investigate the company he's working for.
We found something deep below the surface.
Holy shit. Wait a second.
We found something deep below the surface.
Holy shit.
Bro, cake. Absolute cinema. Cake. Wow. Holy shit. The cake is real, boys. That's crazy. Oh my God.
It's no fun out there.
Oh my God.
Holy shit.
Wow. I guess they're not like TeamKill Media and they're not scared to put it on PC, huh? Holy shit.
Jacob, what happened to you here? And if anything should happen to me, hopefully this recording helps you track me down.
So here's what I'll say. Aside from all the jokes, right? We could talk about the cake. We could talk about the, the boobs, whatever. Aside from all the jokes, like the concept seems interesting. It's actually very similar to Tormented Souls, but instead of getting something from your sister, you're getting something from your brother or whatever. Kind of has a similar storyline to Control as well. But the gameplay looked a little rough. There were certain aspects of the gameplay that looked kind of cool. And there were certain aspects of the game that looked like it was RPG based, which is a little bit, I don't know. It was a little bit off to me. The animations were really, really rough. So I don't know, man. I'm always down to try a survival horror video game, especially one like this. You will never see me say no, usually, to something like this. But it's coming out soon. So how much more time could this game possibly have under its belt? I was hoping maybe it's coming out later, so that way they could work on it a little bit more, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. January 23rd is the release date, so I don't know. Interesting. But we'll see. We'll follow up with this. I'm going to wishlist this. It's definitely something that I'm curious about. Do they have a price for this game yet? Hey, shout out to Smash JT. Is that the real you, or is that Smash Mom Donnie? No price yet. No price yet. That's not good. Okay, no price yet. I'm gonna add it to my wish list. That's fine. All right, let's check out the next game. The next game is called Obey the Voice. Obey the Voice. Okay. This one's interesting. At least it seemed interesting anyway. Let's see if it actually pays off in the end. Obey the Voice. Here we go.
Hello. The consciousness transfer procedure has begun in accordance with the insurance protocol. Your accident report has been registered in our system. I am the voice. Your first task is simple. Before she finishes counting to 10, you must find her. The countdown will begin the moment you step into the house. Remain quick and alert. Obey the rules. She's imitating her latest victim's last words. Do not approach. New rule. New rule. New rule. New rule. Do not enter the same room more than once. Try to keep the lights on. We will play hot and cold. If you didn't open the door, don't come in. Simon says, as long as you shine a light on her, she won't come near.
Holy shit. Did you see? Bro. Oh my God. That's crazy, bro. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that?
Shine a light on her, she won't come near.
What's the meaning of all this? He's lying to you. None of the tasks have anything to do with consciousness backup.
I'm not gonna lie, this looks really cool. This looks really cool. I kind of like the idea where essentially it's kind of like PT in a way, where they're gonna constantly reset the level, and every time the level gets reset, something changes, but the voice is telling you what to do and what not to do, and you have to obey the voice, or you probably could not obey the voice, and then bad things would happen. I don't know. I'm kind of curious about this one. I do like this. Is there another trailer? Nope. I mean, the graphics are definitely PT level, realistic. Oh, shit. So is there only one monster? Or is there... I kind of agree. I would have preferred if they didn't show the monster and kept it as a surprise for when you're playing the game. Because then you're going to be questioning, like, here's the rules you must follow. If you hear a voice other than the voice, ignore it. If you encounter a being you're certain is not human, do not look at it. It may not try to get to attention or simply ignore you. No matter what, do not look. If you detect any sign of life, having moved or moving, turn back immediately and press the red button. We will eliminate the threat and transfer you to a new section. As soon as you complete the task you were given, turn back and press the blue button. Do not linger. This whole shit seems really cool. Yeah, exactly. It's a horror version of Stanley Parable. This looks... Oh, look. Got some random person there. This looks really cool. I am going to wishlist this immediately. I think this will be a really cool game to play. For sure. Especially if you could disobey the voice. If you could obey the voice, that'll be cool. All right, I wishlisted that. Let's get to the next one. Guys, I got to show it, man. This game's coming out soon, February 20th. I'm excited for it. You guys already know I love this franchise. We got Yeast X, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go.
The vast and endless sea. What a thrill!
I'll show you what being a real pirate is all about. Let's go, Shield brother.
Together as one!
We Normans ain't defenders of justice. We're lawless brigands. Long have I been waiting upon this island.
Legends tell of what's known as the Sea King's Throne.
How about it, Adel? This do anything for you?
Well, well. Regular hotshot. Adel the Red doesn't disappoint.
Ouch! Have a heart, Canoe. This is one fight we can't afford to lose.
What?
It's time to end this!
Fucking bricked, boys. Love this franchise. Proud Nordics is coming out February 20th, 2026 on Steam by itself. So I definitely cannot wait to play this game. I kind of want to do like a marathon of like all the Yeast games that I have, but I only have a few of them. But it looks cool. I need to Griffcast it. Yes, I do. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, I always think about potentially going back to just making faster videos, because if I do, I can play more games. But I know if I do that, the channel will no longer grow. So it's like it's a constant what do you call it? It's a constant fucking balancing game, you know? So it looks cool. Can't wait for that. I'm gonna wishlist that one immediately. Now we got this one. So this game, I don't know if we looked at this one. It's called Rushing Beat X, Return of the Brawl Brothers. I don't think we have. I'm pretty sure we haven't. It's a beat 'em up game, which you can never go wrong with a beat 'em up game. Let's see.
Wow!
I'm not gonna lie, this shit looks so fun. I would play this with the SNH crew all day long. This shit looks so fun, dude. Rushing Beat X, Return of Brawl Brothers. Calling all fighters, March 19, 2026. Wish list now. Yeah, the graphics are kind of like Marvel versus Capcom in a way. That's kind of like, or even like Beautiful Joe, you know? Yeah, exactly. It's kind of has that interesting style to it. I don't necessarily hate it. I do prefer beat 'em ups to be 2D, like animated 2D, kind of similar to Marvel Cosmic Invasion. Maybe a little bit more detail to it, but I don't hate it. I think it's fine. The gameplay looked really fun, so that's really what I care about. All right, I'm gonna wishlist that one. So far, so good today. Yesterday we had a pretty bad one. Oh shit! It says for this game, something interesting. It says on that game, it says the game requires a controller to play. Playing with a keyboard and mouse is not supported for that game. Wow, you don't see that too often on PC. That's interesting. Wow. All right. Okay, last one up. Last one up is called Below Rusted Gods. Another interesting psychological horror. Can you see a pattern here? Can you see a pattern? Psychological horror. I love it.
Esposo, Scott. Esposo's my shimmy. Consider could actually about in the state. That packet with blood disorder. Many the weeks transport. Even there to eat that. I'm sure short was a tawny.
It's a goat for the goat fuckers. Oh, hell no, bro. What the fuck just stood up? What the fuck is that, bro? What the fuck was that? Below Rusted Gods is the name of the game. It's available on Steam only. And who says Steam doesn't have exclusives? No, this game looks cool. I like the setting. I like the atmosphere. I think it's Russian. Not too sure. But it seems interesting enough. So definitely cool. Going to be wishlisting that. Cannot wait to see more about that game. Let me link it in the chat because I think Old Man Cad couldn't find this one. So I linked it in the chat for you guys. Check that out in your free time. And that's it for the Indie Showcase, ladies and gentlemen. Not bad. Not bad today. Not bad today. All right, let's cover a fast topic really quick. So apparently, Hytale has officially released, ladies and gentlemen. And unfortunately, well, there's two things. Okay, there's two things. So number one, Hytale has released and it's doing fairly well. Good for them. It's an interesting comeback story about that Minecraft lookalike video game, where it has over 420,000 people watching the game on Twitch, which, just so you guys are aware how much that is like double the numbers of some of the biggest video games that have released in the last year. Think about like Assassin's Creed Shadows. Pretty sure it's a bigger number than Shadows, although I don't exactly remember. It's also a number that's almost as high as Dragon Age: The Veilguard. It's a number that's definitely higher than Star Wars Outlaws. And people are definitely interested in this game. They're estimated to have about 1 million players join their early access. And that's not including Steam or anything like that, because it's not on Steam. So very, very interesting. But unfortunately, people are saying the game is extremely half-baked, right? People are saying that the game is extremely buggy, which I'm not surprised. We actually have a video of the bug. Let me show it to you. Basically, the NPC couldn't die. And this happened right after the person started the game. Check this out. It's just crazy shit.
You, finally awake. You tried to cross the border, right?
Got him. Got him. Got him. I know that got some of you. I know that absolutely got some of you, you bastards. That's for putting me in a G-Wagon, you fucks. No, but seriously, the game is doing pretty well. So good for them. That's exciting. A lot of people are joining the game and watching the game. Currently, right now, let me show you over here on some of you predicted it. That's fine. That's fine. Some of you predicted it. It might have taken a decade of development, cancellation, miraculous project, revivable Hytale, the Minecraft as voxel sandbox RPG, has finally launched in early access as a metric for just how much hype Hytale has built up. Its first announcement trailer has surpassed an absurd 62 million views. Think about that. Their trailer passed 62 million views on YouTube. That's fucking crazy, bro. That's bigger than all these AAA flops that have happened in the last couple of years. For Hytale, that yearning seems to have paid off. After going live today, Hytale is, at the time of writing, the most watched game on Twitch by far, attracting over 420,000 viewers across thousands of streams. That's crazy, bro. It's almost as high as the Just Chatting. Look at that. Hytale's at 429,000. Just chatting is at 471,000. Holy shit. Holy shit. It's higher than League of Legends and Counter-Strike combined. Wow. That's a hell of a comeback story, man. I got to tell you, I really hope Hytale does not fucking drop the ball here, dude. I really hope. Listen, I'm not into like Minecraft-like games. I know like Miss Bella Games was saying she was going to play the game. I know a lot of you guys were saying you were going to check out the game. And I hope it's good for you guys. I really do. Because this is a big blessing for them. So don't fuck it up. What's their Steam numbers? They're not releasing on Steam. Not anytime soon. So this is numbers that are only happening outside of Steam. So imagine when they actually release on Steam. If they could get their shit together and make something that a lot of people are going to want to play, I think they'll have something here. That's pretty impressive. So I just wanted to share that story with you. Let's move on. We're going to catch up on Super... Actually, let's do one more story. No. Oh, you know what? Just do one more story. So Smash JT got hacked today. He put out a video about it. I'm not going to react to it, just like I didn't react to Atreus' videos and everything, because I want them to get all the views. So just make sure to go check out his video. He put out the video talking about how he basically boomered it up. Majorly boomered it up. But he got hacked today over on X, lost his entire X account because he fell for a phishing email. So everybody can say hack JT in the chat right now. Apparently, he also, I guess, didn't have two-factor set up or authenticator set up. I have no idea. I have all that shit set up. But he got hacked today on his X account, and he lost all of it. And he made a video explaining why. So basically what happened, and like I said, just make sure to go check out the video. Basically what happened was he just woke up and he saw the email, and at first he says he ignored it, but then he realized that everything was happening to Atreus and J Viper with Code Violet and TeamKill Media attacking those YouTubers. And then he looked at the email again and realized that the email was talking about content strike against his Twitter account for a TeamKill Media post that he had made. So then he ended up thinking it was legit, ended up clicking the link, and I mean the rest is history. He clicked the phishing link. He uploaded his fucking license in order to combat the what do you call it? The claim. So now the hacker has his license. I feel bad because this is going to be like next level identity fraud. There's going to be so much identity fraud. It's not even funny, dude. I would hope that you have some sort of lock down your credit, all that shit, because that was bad. That was really bad. Now they're Yamato said it's probably Alyssa Mercante's henchman. Well, see, here's the thing about that. So I know a lot of people say that, but I don't necessarily think that's the truth. Because here's the thing. Any information that they could have gained from hacking that account is not going to be admissible in court if it is gotten through the legal means. So the fact that the account is hacked, if they were the ones who did it and they gained that information from that method, well, that's not something you want to admit to. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be a really bad problem. I think what it is this is a standard hacker who targets all kinds of accounts like this. And this is him just getting completely felted, to be honest with you. There's no way around it. The Smash got absolutely felted in every way. And to upload your ID to a hacker, I really hope that you have identity fraud prevention any way that you can. Because you'll probably end up getting like weird accounts opened in your name, or like all kinds of shit that happened with that. It's not good. It's pretty terrible. India got them. Yeah, that's like, this is again phishing emails. I've said it all the time. I click nothing. Even when you guys send me things to look at, I don't click what you send me. I just go and search it myself to see if it's legit. So if you send me a link from YouTube, I'm not clicking it. I'm just going to go on YouTube and find the video myself, right? If you send me a link of, what do you call it? Just like something on, because I've had people try to send me links on Steam, right? They'll send me links of like video games on Steam. I'm not clicking it. I'm just going to look it up on Steam. They send me links to like articles and shit. on Steam, I'm not clicking it. I keep telling people like I'm not clicking your shit. You know, like don't get offended, but I'm not clicking your shit. That's just how I am. So, but I guess, you know, not everybody's like that. So I don't know. I don't really know what to say. So that's basically it for this story. Like I said, go watch his video. Go check out his video. I'm sure his haters are loving this right now. They're like, ha ha. Because here's what's going to happen. If it's like an India hacker, what they're going to do is they're going to utilize Smash JT's account to try to fish other people. That's what they do. That's what these hackers do. They'll try to fish other people. They'll send messages from Smash's account to other people with some bullshit nonsense and hope that the person clicks that stuff. So if I were you, if you're following Smash on Twitter, I'd probably unfollow him, or at the very least, do not check out any messages from him whatsoever. So just straight up, do not do that. Because that's probably what these hackers are going to try to do. They're going to try to fish for more information. That's what they do with all these accounts. And then eventually, after they feel like they can't get anything else from it, then they'll turn it into another account that they use to essentially do what they did here. You know? Don't click on the link of a limited time offer Smash sent me. Yeah, don't click on anything. Can we harass the fake Smash? Nothing's going to happen, bro, from that. It's just, I'm sure you can spam his messages if you want to, but nothing's going to happen from that. All right, let's move on. We're going to catch up on supers. Let's see. We got, or sell it to another hacker. Yeah, that could happen, but I think they would just use it in their own network. Probably. Where are we at? We got, this shit was so funny. He put me in a fucking G-Wagon. I can't believe it. Alucard with a 2 says, I know where I'd like to put my Wicked Seed. Bro. I thought that game looked pretty good. Aside from the animations, they were a little bit rough. Trey Burkhalter with the $20. Here we go! Lucha, 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 lucha. It's a way of life. Lucha, lucha. Shout out to Trey. He says, we noticed that you talk shit about our game. We are now striking the channel. TeamKill Media, probably. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. That's pretty accurate. That's pretty accurate. Thank you, Trey. I appreciate that, man. $20 banger. Darius Soto with a 10. Hypno is another game, also from the same Falcon, coming this Friday. It's called The Legend of Heroes Trails Beyond Horizon. It also has a big franchise series if you have time to look it up. I mean, it's getting pretty late, so I don't have time today. If you remind me tomorrow, I could probably sneak it into the showcase, so we'll check it out. And then Vet Gamer with a 5. I get 100 views on my stream on a good day. I could not imagine 62 million. What's up? Yeah, I mean, listen, again, nobody gets 62 million views on a live stream. Live streams do not get promoted on YouTube nowhere near as much as videos. You'll be lucky if you get 2% of your subscribers in your live streams, if that. Normally, it's less than that for most people. So it's unfortunate because YouTube is a really good platform for live streaming if they really wanted to try. But I think they don't want to try. I think they just want to do the bare minimum. And they're not actually trying to compete with Twitch anymore or anybody else for that matter. Kick, Rumble. I just feel like they're relying on their video monopoly to carry the platform. But I can only imagine how crazy the streams would be if they got promoted like regular videos. If streams got promoted like regular videos, bro, content creators will be going crazy on YouTube in a good way. But we just don't have that ability, unfortunately. But thank you, Vet Gamer. I appreciate that, man. And then over on Rumble, let me see. Aside from Denarier, I called that one out. Okay, we're good. We're caught up. We're caught up. All right, boys, let's go. Yeah, I agree, Elizabeth. I agree 100%. And I know shit happens. You know, I've seen some really smart people get fished before, but this is pretty fucking this is pretty bad, bro. Like, it's bad enough the email, but the license too. I mean, god damn, that's terrible. Did you miss the indie showcase? You did. Go check it. Go back and check. Bro, my Fortnite video is hilarious. How much that shit's getting suppressed. That thing is averaging 70 views every hour. Bro, they do not want people to know about this. That's crazy. They don't want people to know about this. Wow, bro. Oh my God, dude. That's crazy. Anyway, let's continue. So a couple of fast topics. We got Meta is closing 3 more VR studios. I don't know why. I don't know why they are continuing to push VR for Meta. I feel like Meta has been unable to be successful in anything gaming related. And yet for some reason, they just continue to do the whole VR thing. It's not even just it's not even just like, how do I put it? It's not even just like VR gaming. It's VR in general, but Meta hasn't been, Meta has lost, you know how much money Meta has lost? Meta has lost a disgusting amount of money. They've lost hundreds of millions of dollars. I think they're in the billions at this point. Actually, let me see if I can look it up really quick. How much money has Meta lost on VR? I know it's disgusting. Oh, never mind. Meta's Reality Labs division has lost over $70 billion since 2020, with a recent quarterly losses averaging around $4.4 billion. I'm sorry, they're not losing millions, they're losing billions. Holy shit, what the fuck? Shit. What the fuck, dude? Billions of dollars. Why are we still doing this? I don't understand. Again, this has been happening since 2020. So why? I don't know. Anyway, so they're pivoting. They're closing 3 VR studios and laying 10% of Reality Labs as it shifts focus from metaverse to AI wearables. Its next surefire can't miss idea. I'll tell you this. I will give Meta and Zuckerberg the bare minimum in terms of like respect, in the sense of they are genuinely trying to try a bunch of different things, and they're probably one of the only ones that are doing it. And the reason why nobody else is doing it is because it loses a lot of money. Clearly, you can see it loses a lot of fucking money. But Meta is actually doing like a bunch of different things, or at least they're trying to. But the truth is that none of them are successful whatsoever. They're losing so much money. Where is this money coming from? I have no idea. Right? Where the fuck is Meta getting their money from? I really have no idea. But yeah, VR is pretty much dead at this point. And now what they're trying to do is instead of going towards VR headsets, now what they're trying to popularize is AI wearables. So they're trying to popularize like your glasses being able to project a TV screen in front of you, things like that, like things that'll help in your daily life or whatever. If you want to project a calendar in front of you or whatever, that's what they want. They want to be able to incorporate this stuff into places that have nothing to do with gaming, right? They want to be able to incorporate, yeah, like Old Man Cad said, they want to be able to incorporate it into like surgery suites for doctors, corporate offices. That's what they want. Augmented reality. Exactly. Yes, correct. But at what cost though? Like at some point you have to admit that this is a disgusting amount of money. And then somehow this guy is still a billionaire. How is this even possible? What is Meta's stock right now? Let me see. Meta stock price. Ooh, it went down 11% recently. Oh, I'm sorry. No. It went down $11. My mistake. 1.69%. It dropped to $631 per share. That's a lot. Damn, bro. Meta got a crazy high stock price still. What the fuck, dude? People really eating it up over there. I guess that's where they get their money from. 600. So they're at $631 per share. How many shares of Meta are there? Meta has approximately 2.52 billion shares. Oh my God. Holy shit. So let me get this straight. 2.5 billion shares. Okay. Times that by $630 a share. I'm not even going to tell you that number. I'm not even. I'm not even gonna tell you that number. What the fuck? That's where. Okay, never mind. Never mind. So that's where they're getting their money from. That makes a lot of sense. Holy shit, man! What the fuck? That's insane money, dude. Anyway, all right, let's get into the next topic. That was just a fast topic. Let me X that out. Let's talk about Games Workshop. So Games Workshop, good old Games Workshop, one of their senior managers, or I should say multiple senior managers, have apparently come out and said that they aren't excited about AI. And I told you guys before, in 2026, what's going to happen is that these companies, whether it's gaming, Hollywood studios, whatever, they're going to be coming out and they're going to be saying and making the, drawing the line in the sand. They're going to say whether or not they are for or against AI. And if they're against AI, it's always going to be because of some fucking bullshit moral reason. It's not going to be about, oh, they tried it and they didn't like the technology. It's always going to be, oh, we don't want to do it because it's evil or something like that, right? But anyway, so now apparently Games Workshop, some of their senior managers have spoken about it and said they're not excited about AI. And apparently they prohibit the use of AI and they lament that it's included in their phones and laptops, whether they like it or not. So they're trying to treat it as, look at this. They're trying to treat it as something so evil that they're sad that it's even in technology that they have to use. So don't use your fucking phone then. Don't use your laptop then. If you don't want to go with the times and learn this technology, then don't use the technology that has it in it. But I'm sure that's just a little bit too difficult, right? That's a little bit too hard. Warhammer company Games Workshop says that the devs that it does not allow generative AI in its products, and although some of its senior managers have investigated the technology, none are that excited about it. The comments came from Games Workshop CEO Kevin Rowntree in the company's half-year financial report for the back end of 25, in which it declared revenue of $332 million, up from $299 million in 2024. He goes on to explain that Games Workshop is very cautious about its internal policy on AI, which is that we do not allow AI-generated content or AI to be used in our design process or its unauthorized use outside of Games Workshop, including in any of our competitions. Those would be the Golden Demon Painting competitions, which banned AI in 24 after one of the previous year's winners was found to have used AI generative art created by Midjourney in a printed backdrop behind a miniature. Wait a second. Hold on. So you mean to tell me that you guys got beat out by somebody who used AI? Oh shit. Doesn't that kind of help the point of I mean, guys. Holy shit. So hold on. So the guy, one of the winners in the Golden Demon Painting competitions, was found to have used AI-generated art created by Midjourney. And he won, which means that all this talk that these people have about AI is slop, AI is this, AI is that, you clearly liked the art and had him win. You clearly liked the art. The art wasn't the problem. You just all of a sudden didn't like it when you found out it was AI. So clearly, this actually proves what I've been saying for the longest time, and that most people would not have a problem with AI-generated art or anything as long as the product functioned properly or as long as the product was good. Just like everything else in the world. Nobody cares about anything else and how it's made if it's good. If it's bad, well, then people are going to complain and they're going to figure out why it's bad or come up with an idea of why it's bad. But if it's good, nobody's going to care. And this literally proves it. They actually gave the guy an award. He won. Like, what the fuck? He won. They voted for his AI before even knowing it's AI. Bro, that's crazy. Exactly. If they didn't know, they wouldn't care. Exactly. Lord Shadow, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. It's all performative. All of it's performative. Roundtree does say the company is allowing those few senior managers to continue to be inquisitive about the technology that still comes off as explicitly an AI anti-AI stance. Roundtree goes on to mention that Games Workshop spent the 6 months in question hiring more creatives in multiple disciplines, from concepting and art to writing and sculpting, rather than, say, laying them off and replacing them with chatbots that hallucinate. There's also, this journalist clearly is very upset. Clearly. This is also an amusingly personal tone of grievance to the complaint that AI or machine learning engines seem to be automatically included in our phones or laptops, whether we like it or not. It's nice to note that the CEO of a multi-million-dollar company is annoyed by the insertion of AI into every single app or service, whether it's relevant or not. So this is what they want. They want the CEOs, the studios, they want whoever's like big time. They want these people to bend the knee with them. That's basically what it is. Like, they want these people to say, you stand with us against AI. And this is why all these journalists, any chance they get, they talk about the CEOs that are bending the knee to the performative AI outrage that's happening right now through multiple different video games or multiple different studios. It's so stupid. That's like complaining about AI coding, which has been happening for fucking years. That's like complaining about AI in other aspects of video game development, which has been happening for years too. But now, because it's generative, suddenly you got to care. Here's what I came up with an interesting theory. And it's just a theory, okay? But I'm going to tell you what I told some of the guys, right? I told Leon this. I told Atreus this. We were talking about this earlier. I came up with a theory. And the reason why I came up with this theory is because of this post that I'm going to show you right now. Hold on. Let me show you this post. Hold on. So where is it at? I got to scroll up. Okay, so this post right here was talking about indie games. Hold on, where is it at? Come on, scroll up. All right, perfect. So Artur, remember Artur? I talked about Artur yesterday. So he made a very informative post, okay? Check this out. Artur, however you say it, I'm sorry. So he says there were 21,312 games released on Steam in 2025, which is 3,500 more games compared to 2024. Of those games, 1,584 games so far are estimated to have passed over 100,000 in revenue, which is up 177 games in comparison to 2024. 784 of them are self-published video games, which is up by 96 from 2024. The indie gaming scene continues to expand. Okay? So I saw this post and I thought to myself, and again, this is just a theory. It could be completely bullshit. I'm just thinking, okay? I was thinking to myself and I told the guys, I'm like, there's something that I can't shake. There's a theory that I can't shake. And the theory is that, what if all of this performative outrage from the mainstream gaming media about AI is simply only happening in order for the mainstream gaming media to maintain the status quo? They don't talk about indie games unless it's either too big to ignore or it's extremely gay. That's the only time they talk about indie games. Otherwise, they don't talk about it. But you know what they do? They constantly beg for access. They get review codes. They get flown out to these studios. They get all these kind of perks. And that's only from AAA studios. That's not from indie developers. Indie developers are not doing that because they can't afford it. So what if all this performative outrage is happening around generative AI is because the gaming media, the mainstream media that relies on the AAA industry to survive, is doing everything they can to ensure that the gap between mainstream gaming and indie gaming remains wide, because AI is helping indie game developers close that gap, as we have seen with multiple games that have been released over the last year. I really feel as if they're doing this performative AI nonsense because they know at the end of the day, it's not really the AAA that they're worried about utilizing AI. Sure, they complain about it, but it's realistically the indie developers that are going to benefit the most from AI. Indie developers are going to majorly thrive with the expansion of AI, and if they can continue to learn how to use the technology as a tool to help them in their process, this is going to help them put them on a closer to even playing field with studios that have millions upon millions of dollars more than they're ever going to have. I don't know, man. That's my thought process. Obviously, that is like a conspiracy, but I just feel like these people, they don't actually give a fuck about indie games. I feel like this is their way of trying to drag it down. You know? Because like I said, man, AI developers, AI is not going to help AAA nowhere near as much as it's going to help indie developers. And the fact that these people that claim to love indie developers so much is trying to take away one of the most revolutionary technologies that has happened within the last like decade or more that can help them so much in their development, in their time, in everything. I don't know. I just think it's crazy. So that's something that I saw, and it made me think about it when I saw this post from Artur. So shout out to Artur. But yes, Games Workshop has decided to virtue signal about AI, and they're claiming that it's basically, evil at this point, which, again, I just can't help but laugh at that shit. I can't help but laugh at that shit. Bro, why do I feel like this guy's profile picture was made with AI? The journalist, this is the profile picture on PC Gamer of the journalist who wrote the article. You mean to tell me you commissioned this? Did you draw this? Maybe. I'm just saying. Anyway. All right, next up. Let's figure this out. That looks like AI. I mean, maybe. Maybe. We don't know for sure, though. Okay. Let's cover Larian. So Larian is in the news again, and Larian is in the news because Larian has made a statement regarding diversity of the companions in the game Divinity. Now, here's the problem, and I need you guys who watch my videos to understand how the gaming media works. The way that they have been framing things lately has been so egregious that they're hoping that you don't read past the headline. That's really what it's about. And the perfect example of that is what happened to Tim Sweeney recently. They made it seem as if Tim Sweeney, as much as we don't like Tim Sweeney from Epic Games, the CEO, they made it look like he was defending pedophilia. That is the level of which they're willing to go. I'm surprised he's not suing the shit out of them like fucking Bobby Kotick did when he sued Kotaku. That is how desperate these people are now. But anyway, so PC Gaming put out an article, and they said Larian's main focus for Divinity is to see how far we could push the diversity of the companions so intra-NPC relationships can feel more natural and complex. Now, when you read this headline, you're probably thinking to yourself, oh, Larian's going to put in all the gay shit. And they very well may put in gay shit because they did it before. But they also put in straight shit as well. However, the gaming media knows that people are only going to read the headline and they're going to say, oh, God, here we go with the diversity talk again. Here we go with the more natural, complex relationships and emotions bullshit, right? What Larian is doing what they've always been doing. Larian has always made their companions super diverse in all kinds of ways, whether it's racial diversity, and no, I'm not talking about black and white. Okay, I'm talking about fucking creatures, right? Like literal creatures. When they talk about diversity, Larian is talking about it from a creative standpoint, and the journalists are taking it and removing the balance that Larian is going to have, and they're going to say or talk about it in a way that makes it seem like it's all about their version of diversity. You know what I mean? But they're talking about it from a species perspective. They're talking about it from a really balanced perspective because they are pretty balanced, to be honest with you. So they try to say that arguably the best part of any Larian game is its companions, each bringing a unique story and relationship that intertwine with other friendly faces in the main story. Baldur's Gate 3 is the best example of this, with each of its 10 companions tying directly into the main story. That said, it's not perfect, something even Adam Smith, Larian's writing director in its upcoming Divinity game, would agree with. When asked what his team's main focus for improvement would be in Divinity in the recent AMA on Reddit, Smith highlights one key focus: companions. He says, I'd like the companions and other characters to feel like a more natural part of the world. I love the Baldur's Gate 3 companions, but the nature of their story means they're mostly displaced, strangers in a strange land. Some of them are returning home, but they're unfamiliar territory as the game begins. I would like to see how far we could push the diversity of companions and their stories even farther. That's it. That is it. That is all it is. The diversity of the companions and their stories even farther to make them feel more natural to the world. But of course, you're going to have the journalist try to make it seem like something completely different in the headline, where it's like, yeah, Larian wants to really push diversity in this game because they know what that word is going to bring in people's minds. They know what that word is going to spring up, and they know people are not going to read past the headline. That's just what it is. So if you're worried about Larian changing the way that they are, I think it's hilarious that people would even think that, considering you guys remember the rumor that the trans whatever it was person tried to make about Larian because they wanted to attack them because of the AI thing, which, by the way, where did that go? Where did that go, by the way? That whole story about Larian approving sexual assault in the studio, that person disappeared. Where did it go? Why? So because people aren't attacking Larian anymore, all of a sudden that's it just goes away? Where did it go? It went nowhere. It went absolutely nowhere, like always. Anyway, so one of the rumors that the person tried to put out there about Larian was that the studio was actually really well balanced. That apparently they had a bunch of employees there. They were like MAGA supporters, or they were people that were hating some of the DEI nonsense that was put into Baldur's Gate 3. But at the end of the day, they still worked on the game anyway. They still did their part. So it sounds like they have a really balanced team over there in terms of ideology, which I think is a good thing. I don't think it should swing too much one way or the other. And if that means they start fighting amongst each other, I don't care. Whatever. The game ended up being very good, so I just want another good game. So no, I don't think Larian is going to give up what makes him Larian. I don't think Larian is going to suddenly talk about artificial storytelling bullshit character. Like, I don't think that at all. I think they're talking from a species standpoint. I think they're talking from a specific Larian standpoint, which a lot of people will misrepresent as your typical DEI bullshit, but that's not the case here. So that's what I think is going on here. Could I be wrong? Sure. But we're not going to find out until Divinity releases. So that's, we'll wait for that day to come. All right. Let's X that out. Let's talk about Elder Scrolls 6. So Elder Scrolls 6, boys. What a fucking joke this game is becoming. T-Jap says we're 151.91 away from tier 2. This is all. Thank you, T-Jap. I appreciate that, bro. Larian would do anything for people's money like every other company. Exactly. And that's all they should really do. Honestly, Bunser, that's what they should do. A company should focus on putting out the best product they can to get the maximum revenue they can. People will pay money if they are getting a good product. If they're getting bullshit, people will not pay. But anyway. Yeah, exactly, Benjamin. As long as the game is good, I don't care. Same. So let's talk about this now. Elder Scrolls 6. Now, everybody knows Elder Scrolls 6. At this point, it's a unicorn, right? It's one of those things. Elder Scrolls 6 is a prime example why you should never, ever announce your video game fucking years into the... Like, why are you doing that? Why are you announcing Elder Scrolls 6 so many years? And you're not even anywhere close to releasing this game, right? Well, apparently, a former Bethesda lead has come out with his own reasoning as to why the Elder Scrolls 6 got announced so early. And they're saying that it's because the studio had to make sure that people were not just pissed at them for revealing Starfield instead. So, guys, so they were so unsure about Starfield. They didn't know how people were going to respond to Starfield, that they announced Elder Scrolls 6 so that if Starfield got felted, which it did, by the way, it still sold really well. But the reputation of Starfield is so bad that... But think about this. They announced Elder Scrolls 6 so that people weren't just pissed at them for revealing Starfield. That is such a stupid fucking reason why you would, like, by announcing Elder Scrolls 6 so early, that ultimately ended up making people more pissed at you. Because people are asking, like, where is... Bro, all we got is this picture. Which I feel like this is the most simplistic fucking picture in the world. This is all we got. For years now, this is all we got. Yeah, exactly. Not even modders want to touch it. It sounds like an excuse. It is an excuse. Former Bethesda lead artist Nate Perkypile. The fuck kind of name is Perkypile? What the
Holy
fuck?
shit.
This dude's name is Perkypile. Perkypile. If I work with someone and his name was Perkypile, bro, I make fun of him every day. I don't care. Anyway, Nate Perkypile has given a new interview to Esports Insider in which he makes the eyebrow-raising suggestion that Elder Scrolls 6 was announced when it was because the studio was worried people would be pissed at it. The Elder Scrolls 6 was announced simultaneously alongside Starfield at E3 2018. It has been 8 years since the Elder Scrolls was announced. They're huffing copium thanks to Microsoft tease that 2026 will be a big year for games ending in 6. Did you guys see that, by the way? Did you guys see that? I don't think they have it here. Microsoft posted on social media. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Microsoft games ending in 6. So I can't find any. I can't find anything of the original post. Microsoft Xbox. All right, whatever. Anyway, it's fine. So I can't find it. Apparently, they ended up putting a post and they said this is going to be a big year for games that are ending in 6. So what does that mean? Everybody and their mother started coping and they're like, yes, this is going to be the year that we're going to get Elder Scrolls 6. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's just not. I'm sorry. It's just not. And if it is, the game is going to be more broken than you could even imagine. It was announced in 2020. What kind of game studio can't open a door? Turkey Pile? Wow. They said that, but the reality is that no indication what date Bethesda's aiming for with the next Elder Scrolls. That's what a hell of a stretch, even for a marquee title. My assumption was always that they were announcing Starfield, says Perky Pile, and it had been so long already since Skyrim that we need to make sure people were not just pissed at us. It's a very expensive way to do that, though. Those trailers are not cheap. Bro. With that said, however, he also reckons Bethesda now has the luxury of time. I would imagine that they will take a while to deliver it because there's so much pressure behind that title. And I think it's been proven with Starfield that they're finally okay actually delaying stuff. Starfield itself was subject to one big delay, something that Perky Pile was not, says was not really the case early on. With Skyrim, it was like it's coming out on 11/11/11, and we were like, what? Oh boy, no pressure. I think there is less economic pressure to get Elder Scrolls 6 out on a date, but there is more economic pressure to actually make sure it's good. That's true. And I think that's a good thing. That's healthy so long as they're also honest with the team about that. Yeah, no, I agree with that. I agree with that. I think the pressure for them to make a good game is much higher than the pressure is for them to release the game sooner. Because most people would say to delay the game if it means to make the game better. Here's the problem. Every time developers say they're delaying the game to make it better, the game releases and it's still fucking broken. Especially if it's made from someone with the name of Todd Howard. It happens all the time. So after a while, people are like, you're delaying the game for what? They stop believing you. You know, hold on. If after a while, all the delays mean absolutely nothing, then yeah, of course, the delays are going to start pissing people off because they're like, bro, delaying the game is not going to make the game any better because we know you're going to release it broken anyway. So just release it. Just release it. And the people who want to buy it will buy it, you know? It just works. Yeah, I know. So anyway, I think that's pretty damn hilarious. If this is true, which again, this is all in his opinion, right? This is all. Oh, here we go. Xbox, big year for games ending at 6, though. If this is all to be true, then that is such a stupid fucking reason to announce Elder Scrolls 6. It just is. It's a really, really stupid reason. But you know what? I would not put it past Todd Howard, and I would not put it past Bethesda to do something dumb like that. I just wouldn't. I would not be surprised. So, anyway, let me X this out. Guys, here's what I need you to do, if you can, okay? I mean, at this point, it doesn't matter. It's fucking dead, but I'm going to, whatever. I'm putting my video in the chat. This video that I made today is going in full detail about Fortnite child gambling, the crazy child gambling that's happening right now, literal child gambling that's happening in Fortnite with the recent monetization changes and all of the lawsuits that Fortnite and Epic Games has gone through with Rocket League due to loot boxes and monetization, all that stuff. And apparently how they're still doing it again, regardless of the lawsuits. Check out that video if you haven't seen it, because chances are that that video was not in your algorithm. This is the most suppressed video that I've ever released. Simple as that. The most suppressed video I have ever released. There is no video that I've ever released that has done this bad in my history of YouTube. So you probably didn't get notified. Check out the video. Watch the video. I would greatly appreciate it if you can. And, make sure to give it a like, comment, long view duration, whatever. That's basically it. If you're not going to join me for the Waifu Battle, I appreciate it. We have no tier 2 going into the Waifu Battle, so no ears. We're just going to go right into it, boys. But I just wanted to thank you guys for supporting me that aren't going to watch the Waifu Battle. And, it's going to be a good time, boys. It's going to be a good time. All right. Let's get into the Waifu Battle and let's do our thing. Because I don't know how this girl's gonna lose, bro. I really don't know how Hinata's gonna lose. I'm running out of ideas. I have a couple of ideas that we're gonna explore right now. But after that, I'm gonna be out of ideas. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Okay, anyway. Let's get into the Waifu Battle. Here we go. That's the wrong one, goddamn. All right, boys. The Waifu Battle is here. Now, if you guys missed the last Waifu Battle, my God, bro. Yoriichi was going to win. And then we got Felted. That's basically it. We got Felted. Like always. But we're not going to stop. We're not going to stop. We're going to figure out a way to win. We are going to figure out a way to win. So let's bring out the Waifu Battle champion, who is none other than the one and only Hinata, ladies and gentlemen. Now, before we bring out the challenger, let's go over the rules of engagement. Rule number 1, all super chats during the Waifu Battle can and will count towards a particular waifu, but the only way they're going to count is if you put the name of the waifu in the super chat first. You got to put the name first. If you do not put the name of the waifu in the super chat first, then it will not count. It does not matter how big they are. If you super chat after the fact that you put the name of the waifu you forgot to put the first time first, then I will make it count. Rule number 2, you can vote for any waifu regardless of who's on the screen. It doesn't matter. You can vote for the champion, who is Hinata, or you can vote for the challenger, who you're about to find out. It doesn't matter who's on screen at the time. Last but not least, after the second waifu comes off screen, I'm going to do a 30-second countdown. After that 30-second countdown, no more super chats are going to count. It doesn't matter how big they are. The last super chat that shows up on my screen is going to be the one that counts. So please, if you're going to vote, vote early and vote hard, ladies and gentlemen. Do we understand the rules? We do not understand the rules. I know we don't. We never do. Let's be real. Let's be real. Come on, don't lie to me. All right, boys, listen, we got to bring out a big gun. All right. We got to bring out a master gun. We got to bring out somebody who previously did hold a title in the Waifu Battle. We got to bring out someone who is going to make even Sonya question her loyalty. Let's see what we got. All right, boys. The challenger that is going to go up against Hinata, she's already freaking out. That's it. Sonya's freaking out. It's going to be none other than the one and the only Akino, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start the clock and let's see who is going to win. Sonya, you got to choose now. You got to choose now. You have no choice. You have to choose. Sonya has to choose. This is it, boys. D Draconic with a 10 on Rumble. Today's the day. Today's the day. D Draconic with a 10 on Rumble for Akido. Right off the bat. Democula says people are torn. Good. Be torn. Be torn. I want loyalties tested. That's what I want. Loyalties tested. Let's make it happen. Vet Gamer with a 5 says we are headed to a Cyberpunk 2077 world mixed with Bruce Willis movie The Surrogate. God, I hope not. But then again, you never know. We got Zerp Derp with a 5 saying Hinata, she's the best girl. Come on, Zerp Derp. Today has to be the day where we will take down Hinata. It's got to happen. Oh my God, the troll. The troll. The troll, bro. Vet Gamer with a 20 says, Eve, don't act so surprised. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised in the slightest whatsoever. Thank you for the 20, my man. I appreciate it. Speedy Cake with a 10 for Hinata. I'd like to Hakuna her tatas. Oh my God, bro. Jesus. Demon Carol with a very strong 50 for Akido. Had to stop ship breaking to be here for my girl. Let's fucking go, Demon Carol. Let's fucking go. Sonya has made her choice. Sonya wants Akino to win. No more Hinata for Sonya. Now it's Akino. Let's go. Alucard with a 2. Akino, that's evil. Hypno, I love it. Hey, we have to do it. We have to do it. Mr. Melancholy with a 2 says Akino with her honeydew. Yeah, honeydew. Dragon with a 2. Akino news showing almost carpet picture. There you go. Angmar with a 499 for Hinata. Wise Man once said they see me rolling, they hating, patrolling, and trying to catch me riding dirty. G-Nautic, that's fucking crazy, bro. G-Nautic is crazy. Zero is with a 2. Akido, F-U-C-K, Hinata. I like what you did there. BioT Wolf with a 10. Akido, never go wrong with DD. I love you, Hinata, but you gave birth to Boruto. That is definitely one of her biggest sins, for sure. And then Democulus with another 10 over on Rumble for Akido. She is, in fact, the better waifu. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. We need to go hard for Akino. She has to be the one to take down Hinata. Otherwise, I don't know what's to do. I only have one other idea. And then that's it. I'll be out of ideas at that point. Old Man Cat is spamming his own emoji. Shout out to Old Man Cat. All right, boys. Dr. Spike with a 10 for Hinata forever, he says. Oh my God, Dr. Spike. Twisted Master with a 50 for Akido. Please do the right thing. That's what I'm saying, Twisted Master. I'm trying to get them to do it, bro, but then I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a big super chat though. Shout out to Twisted Master. All right, Akido's coming off screen. Since she was in gym gear, I'm putting Hinata in gym gear as well. It's only fair. The current Waifu Battle champion, ladies and gentlemen, let's start the clock and let's see who is going to win. Is it going to be Akido or is it going to be Hinata? Let's find out. This could go either way. Let's find out. People are begging Dr. Spike on Rumble. They're like, Dr. Spike, please. It's time for a change. It's time for a change. It's time for a change. D Draconic with a 5 for Akido on Rumble. Let's go. Zerp Derp with a 10 says, I've given all that I can for Hinata. I'm sorry. R.I.P., man. R.I.P. You did your best. You did your best. We will carry the movement forward. Don't worry. What a legend. And Zeru says, no, never change. Hinata forever. There needs to be a change. We need all the support. Oh, we hit tier 2. Let's fucking go. The ears are going on. Thank you, TJ. Appreciate you, bro. Today's the day. We need maximum support for Akido. Alucard with a 2. Hinata Code Vein IO as next waifu contestant. Have I never put her in the waifu battle? I could have sworn I did. I don't remember. Or I might have thought about it, actually. I might have thought about it now that I think about it. Coping, Hypno, Forever, Hinata, only Hinata. Come on, Joel. Seriously? Bouncy Wolf says you never did. I'll take a look again. We'll see. I have one other idea to try to have Hinata lose. Hey, yo, Soul Reaper says keep it up for Akido. Pause, bro. Pause. Denarier with a 5 over on Rumble. For Akido, still prefer Hinata, but I'll vote Akido to make things interesting. I like that. Make it interesting. We need a undeniable smash hit for Akido. That's what we need. We need something that cannot be countered. That's what we need. No, Yamato, not at all. Io has enormous cannons. Sounds like something we would like to see. It's way too quiet right now. This is problematic. Mr. Vegeta with a 5. Hinata. Doctor, give us a super chat because Hypno's begging you. No! Stop it. All right, boys. So right now, Akido's in the lead. I beg of you to account for a potential Rumble super chat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Holy shit.
Oh! Wow. Now you wait a cotton pick a minute. Hold on. I gotta go through this. BioT Wolf with a $50 mega banger for Akido, like a legend. Shout out to BioT Wolf. Fighter 4 with a $60 mega banger for Hinata until the very end. Shout out to Fighter 4. And then Alucard with a 2 for Hypno Panda. You son of a bitch. Appreciate you. And then the ultimate anime betrayal. Dr. Spike for a $100 Red Boy Hyperbanger on Rumble. Says Akido, sorry, Hinata. Sonya says you must go today. LOL. Hypnotic, bring in your idea, waifu, tomorrow.
Holy shit.
Mods, count it up, man. In the meantime, Dr. Spike with the Red Boy Hyper Banger. We're going to play a Red Boy Hyper Banger clip. The anime betrayal is crazy. Holy shit. That's crazy, bro. For that level of anime betrayal, I have to play a good clip.
All right, boys, we got another Red Boy Hyper Banger. Let's bring the ladies in.
Shout out to Dr. Spike with the $100 Anime Betrayal Red Boy Hyper Banger. I genuinely did not see that coming whatsoever. I was ready to cope again. Fuck it. Finally. Finally, bro.
Holy shit.
Finally. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God. Finally. Wow. We got Hinata at $93.69 against Akino at $281.49. So even without Dr. Spike's $100 Red Boy, even without it, she was going to win regardless. It was fate. It was fate. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner and the new Waifu Battle champion is none other than the one and the only. Thank God, bro. Akino. Ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. People are saying if you put that 100 towards Hinata, she would have won. Yeah, but the thing is, with Dr. Spike, he's a troll. So don't forget, he gave $10 to Hinata to make us think he was going to vote for Hinata and then voted for Akino. So the $10 probably would have went to Akino. And then the 100 would have went to, he probably would have counted for the 100. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, ladies and gentlemen. Akino's a champion. That's all that matters. Let the coping and seething begin.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard. Coping and seething.
Congratulations to Akino. She's going to go backstage and she will face off against another waifu tomorrow. Hypnocast, 9 p.m. Eastern. Do not miss it. How many wins in a row was that? That was like, I think 11? 11 or 12. I don't remember. But it was a couple of more than the last one for sure. What a fucking streak, man. Holy shit. That was unbelievable. You also got to count the days that we weren't doing the waifu battle. So technically, it was a long time, bro. She was waifu battle champion for almost a month. At least that's how it felt, anyway. Holy shit! Oh my god, bro! Twisted Master with a $100 Red Boy hype. Here we go! Mucha lucha, mucha lucha. It's the way of life. Mucha lucha. He says, "Thank you, Hypno. You choose the ladies." Bro, Twisted Master is as excited as I am, bro. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. It's kind of sad, but I am. Shout out to Twisted Master. That's fine. We got it. Let's do fairies.
All right, boys, it's another Red Boy Hyper Banger. Let's bring the ladies in.
Shout out to Twisted Master. I appreciate you, my man. Legendary Red Boy Hyper Banger. Thank you so much. And special thank you again to BioTuo and Fighter 4 for legendary drops during the waifu battle. Crazy, man. You guys almost counted each other evenly. Shout out to you guys. I appreciate you, man. And Demon Carol as well. What a $50 drop. That's crazy. Shout out, man. That was a good waifu battle. All right, boys. We're going to call it a night. Thank you guys so much for the immense support. I appreciate it. Shout out to everybody who liked the stream, commented, spammed the chat, super chat, gift them games, everything. I appreciate it. And shout out to the Hypno mods for doing what they do every single day. Appreciate you guys as well. And I will see every single one of you on the next one tomorrow, 9 p.m. Until then, go be bigots and go be gooters and stay to the end for the raid. Bye.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men. And I got news for you. That means you gay.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
Her dog, or her cat, was named Vagina.
Put a ticket in, make her gay. Suck it, yeah, don't put a ticket in, make her lady gay. Fuck it, yeah, put a ticket in, make her gay. It means put a chicken in it, we eat, and make her fucking gay. Fucking pronouns! Fucking pronouns! Fucking gender ambiguity! Fucking current day California shit! Cause that's all we fucking know! Cause we're boring! We're so fucking Twitter hole! Twitter hole! Get it right!
At the touch of the black man, I bring light. I bring light. I bring light. I bring light. I bring light.